Wait, hold on a second. There we go. We're live with Heather the Heat Hardy. First of all, I've been wanting to ask you, how'd you get the heat?
It's my name, right? Heather.
Okay,
and,
perfect.
Yeah, and when I was in the amateurs, I used to stop all these girls because I would put so much pressure on them. So my coach started calling me the Heat.
I get this. I see this a lot. People think you look like. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on her name right now, but the Joker's sidekick, Harley Quinn. And
you gotta follow me because I got a surprise for all you guys this Halloween.
Okay, Harley Quinn. I'm assuming that you're going to be. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially because she's crazy. So.
Are you crazy? Oh, you're so sweet.
I'm so sweet, except for inside there. I mean,
okay.
People don't forget that.
All right. So you're from Brooklyn. Who are some Brooklyn celebrities that you admire?
I would say like Mike Tyson, man. Our Mike, I always wanted to be like Mike, punch like
Mike,
that's tough like Mike. Biggie Smalls came from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Greatest rapper of all time.
And then you, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. My borough is thorough.
What do you think about Brooklyn? It's kind of changing right now.
Yeah, it's like we have this saying in Brooklyn that it's a new neighborhood if there's a Starbucks on the corner. 10 years ago, there were no Starbucks in Brooklyn. Nobody would open them up. But you can see the neighborhood is developing and building. And as a parent, it's a really good thing.
That's cool. What part of Brooklyn are you? Because I understand there's a bunch of different spots, right?
There's tons of little neighborhoods in Brooklyn. I'm from Garrison Beach.
Okay.
Born and raised. And right now I'm living in Dumbo by Gleason's Gym.
Awesome. So you kind of stumbled upon boxing, correct?
Yeah.
What was the story behind that?
Well, my little sister, we were living together, and it was two of us with our kids, not getting child support. I was working all these jobs, and she brought me a gift certificate to try this little kickboxing class. And,
nice.
And I within 3 weeks, I had my first fight on Chris Algieri's undercard. He was a kickboxing world champion, and I won.
What's her name? The person?
My sister?
Yeah.
Caitlin Hardy.
Well, thank Caitlin Hardy
yes.
for this right now, because you probably wouldn't be here. You might have found it, but
she definitely encouraged me. She's like my husband. Like, we were always like, I was the dad, and she was the mom of our kids, and she was my wife, and I was her husband.
Awesome. So what do you know about Christina Williams? You're fighting her tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's debuting.
She's debuting, but I'm not overlooking this girl. You know, in boxing, the amateurs are so different, right? Like, it's like 14-ounce heavy gloves and headgears and stuff. And with kickboxing and MMA amateur, it's really similar to what it is in the pros. So, you know, she's a young, hungry, undefeated lion, and I've been training for her.
There you go. What aspect of MMA do you like the most? Obviously, you're a boxer, but what's something else that you like doing?
I love to kick. I love to kick. So this camp, I've been practicing all sorts of fancy kicks. Like, they call me Ninja Heat.
Awesome. So you have a 13-year-old daughter. We were just talking about this on Instagram. What's it like being a parent and being a fighter at the same time?
It's like being a parent and being anything at the same
time.
Okay. Right? It's like so hard to balance your career and your family and your jobs and all the other things you have to do. Because often when you start a career, you still have to have jobs.
Right.
So it's not easy, but she's super supportive, and my family is very supportive. I'm very lucky.
It seems like the MMA fans have embraced you. And what was the coolest thing a fans has ever done for you?
I've had fans where I was in a drought. I didn't fight. There was an insurance ban in New York City on boxing, and I've had fans mail me checks to help me pay my rent. And
that is cool.
I was working so much, trying to get fights. I had fights fall through. Nothing happened, and I wouldn't be here without them. So thank you.
What was the feeling like? I'm sure you've answered this so many times, but what was the feeling like being in that cage? Because it's like no other, but describe it.
If I could put it to you like this, when I walked out into the garden and I won my fight, and there were 20,000 people shouting my name, where I stood in the same spot that Billy Joel plays his piano, I could see my father crying in the stands.
Oh,
and
that's
that was
cool.
like up there in top 10 lifetime achievements.
Man, that's really cool. So you walked out to This Girl Is on Fire. For obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
Because she's from Brooklyn?
She's from New York.
Okay.
I believe she's from Harlem. We have the same birthday.
Okay.
Alicia Keys, we have the same birthday. And I have walked out to Girl on Fire. All 20 of my boxing wins, too. That's my song.
So it's gonna stay, right?
It's going to stay. It's
so
not going
perfect.
anywhere. It's my song.
Yeah.
To my soul, I feel that.
Awesome. what can we expect from you tomorrow? I mean, like, the fans have been asking, like, well, what are we going to see from Heather in her second fight?
You always see a fight from Heather. I can't not get in a fight if I didn't want to. So many boxing matches, my coaches would say, sit back, go easy, box, and I'd just be in there toe-to-toe. I can't help it.
There you go. Well, I'm excited to see you fight tomorrow on Spike. And, guys, follow her everywhere. Heather the Heat on Instagram, Heather Hardy Box on Twitter, and Heather the Heat Hardy right here on Facebook.
Yeah.